If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. So we are in a national forest that is really close to a significant town that has a Walmart and a Home Depot. Could be a Lowe's, I don't remember. Now we wanted to stay at a different campground. For those out west, campgrounds in the national forest is just a convenient place to park your vehicle. It is dispersed camping, folks. And a lot of people seem to think that when you come to a campground in a national forest, it's got all these hookups and everything. It doesn't. It doesn't have anything. Now, the other one that we wanted to stay at does have water and a running water bathroom. When I say water, that doesn't mean you get to park, plug your camper into the water. It means that there's a water spigot out there that you can carry your buckets of water. But there was two issues with it. One, it was full. So we weren't able to stay, obviously. Secondly, it didn't have internet, which was odd because 2 years ago it did have internet. And that's something I'm starting to learn about these campgrounds is 1 year you may have all the resources you need in an area, and then the next year you don't. Before we left that campground though, we went ahead and filled up our water buckets because we knew we were going to come down to this one and hopefully it wasn't full, and it wasn't. Last night I was on the live feed and somebody said, well, you can always go to a truck stop to get water. And I hear this all the time on YouTube videos. I don't think people recognize what that really means. At the Apalachicola National Forest, a truck stop is 80 miles away. 160 miles to get 40 gallons of water. So you go 160 miles a week to get 40 gallons. And you're just holding on to every drop of water like it's gold. So I wanted to go through this national forest real quick to explain the process to get resources here with the short distances. And then at the end of the video, we are going to double my math because that's exactly what it was at the Apalachicola National Forest, and it's what it was in South Dakota. It is also what it was in Virginia. To go to town from here is 17 miles. Not a big deal. 17 miles to go to town to get your groceries, you know, every couple of weeks or a week. The thing is, I don't know if they have any place where we can get water there. I looked up city parks, and one of them has a bathroom, a running water bathroom, but I find that it's illegal to take water out of the faucet. So I don't take water unless there is a spigot sitting out that you can use. And even at that, taking 40 gallons of water from City Park, I feel like I probably shouldn't take that much. I take, 2 or 3 buckets at most. I just don't want to abuse the system. Assuming they don't have any water there, that means I got to go back up to the other campground that we were at before to get water. That means that we're going to have to drive another 14 miles to get to that campground. Now, there's some back roads we can take to get from that campground back to here, back to this campground, which is where we're going to stay. And that is going to be an additional 12 miles. So, for a 43-mile trip, that's all it is. This one's actually a really short trip compared to most trips that we have to take to go get water and food. I want to break down the cost of this a little bit. I don't think people really see how much money they're spending. Now, like I said, just the other day, I made a video about water costs. I'll put a link to that video right here. I thought it was really funny. If I used as much water in my camper as I did in the house, and I had to buy it from Walmart, it'd be $420 a month for water. But if we break down how much it costs to go get things, water and food each week from these campsites, here's what it is. It's going to be, for this 43-mile trip, it's going to be $6.30 just in gasoline. Oil change. It uses almost 1% of my oil to go 43 miles. It's actually 60 miles is 1%. But I went ahead and rounded it up because we're also going to have to drive around town looking for city parks to see if they have water. So I went ahead and rounded it up. So that's 1% of my oil life expectancy is going to be used up, which is going to be $1. Now here's one that I don't think anybody considers. When you live in your car depreciates. It's going to get old and you're going to replace it. This is very important because when you live in your house, you don't have to go running around looking for water. First of all, water is in your house. You don't even have to go to Walmart to get water. Water is in your house. So I feel like you have to calculate wear and tear on your vehicle, or in this case, replacement cost of your vehicle. I suspect my vehicle is going to last 200,000 miles. That means that every mile that I put on my truck cost me 13 cents, because my truck cost $26,000, right? So 13 cents for every mile. I need to save back 13 cents for that mile so I can replace the truck in 200,000 miles. Now, if I take this 43-mile trip and I calculate it by 13 cents, that trip, replacement cost of my truck, that trip's going to cost me $5.59. Then I went ahead and added on tire costs, 30,000 miles on tires, 30,000 mile tires. I think I calculated, I don't know, 320 bucks or something like that. So that came up to 43 cents. So that means the grand total of this trip, with replacement costs, the whole deal, is going to cost me $13.32. So for the month, I'm going to end up spending $53.26 to go get food and water every week at this campground. One of the things I've always talked about, the longer you stay in an area, the better you're going to learn the area. So I may be able over time to drop my costs if I'm able to stay here extended periods of time. Now, this is all fine and good. $53 to go get food and water for 1 month in this campground. This same equation being used over at the Apalachicola National Forest, we double it because the mileage is doubled. To go get food and water every week at the Apalachicola National Forest, our cost now would be $106 a month just to go find food and water. There was a commenter today, the light bulb didn't go off for him, that the distances that you have to travel to go get something that magically appears out of your kitchen sink. Water. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.